You're tuned in to a Grown Folks production.
In the mix.
With the commish, Nate.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Draft Night, season 110. I almost said 109, but it's not 109. What a good song this is, right? I could sit here and jam to that all night. We need to do that. Man, lots of emotions and conflict and logging out, and it's draft night, right? Like, we're ready for this last season to get going. I do not know what is up with my audio that I am getting from Discord, and I don't understand what is going on. So we're gonna, okay, that definitely was not what I wanted. It's not Discord, it's OBS. We're gonna It crashed. I don't know why it crashed. See if it crashes again. Nope. We're gonna re-add it. Is that Mr. Maniac?
Crash.
What's up, buddy? Where you been?
What's up?
I've been talking to you for 8 minutes.
I've been talking to you for like 5.
All right, let me see if I can get this audio situated and worked out here. I think we're gonna be okay. What should I do here? I think I'm gonna copy these. Can I copy all of these? All right, I gotta copy these one at a time. All right, so we're gonna do this.
Ooh,
and we're gonna... No, we just gotta... Huh? Ah. Just give us a second here, fellas. We're gonna get going. We got 30 minutes before the draft anyway. We got some things to talk about. We're gonna add that just for the sake of adding something. Then we'll do this, and then we'll delete that one. Yes. Okay. Then we're going to do this and this. This is the part that sucks whenever you start deleting things. Mr. Maniac, how you doing, buddy?
Yo. Doing all right, man.
We are... Oh, that's not what I want. We are already almost through the first round. We're going to get into some awards and stuff before we get going, but while I'm fixing this... I don't know if you're able, if you know, if you can find, but doing a quick little draft recap. If not, then just tell me some surprises. It feels like everybody has been spot on with their round one pick. That's what happens every single time here in the OMFL. Everybody stay here for a second. Before you say something, Maniac, I'm going to try something. I just stay here. Everybody stay here. There. Now it's working. Okay. I just need to check that really quick. All right, Maniac. I got to go grab something really fast. You fill the air. You can talk about your favorite draft pick, surprise draft pick. We got 15 minutes. We got a lot to cover. I will be back in less than 1 minute. Go.
All right. So just kind of recapping a little bit. We're looking at the Rams. Nicelonger, it's his first draft here in the OMFL. He drafted Dylan Marshall. The guy looked like he's going to be a stud. Don't see there's a screenshot there. He's a hidden dev. 95 speed, 94 silver, 89 agility, change of directions, 94. So this guy is going to be a solid piece there for the Rams going into this next season. I know he's like rebuilding that team. Then, of course, you had the Mr. Priest drafting Rex Manning, the sexy man from Choctaw. I don't know
what you and I talked about, right? A little bit of a surprise because he already drafted a quarterback like 1 or 2 seasons ago.
Yeah. I think he just couldn't pass up this guy, though. And I will admit, there is some very good stats here. 96 throw power, 86 speed, 85 acceleration, 89 agility, 80 change of direction. Man, this guy could nearly play running back with those stats. So he's going to be a tough go, and maybe that's going to help the Packers maybe try to compete in the NFC North.
We'll see.
We got Mr. Bill over there now.
Yeah, Bill's then went over there because he wants to have a division he can just sleepwalk through.
Yeah, he's got aspirations of some championships anyway, for at least a division. But then you're looking at let's see, the Eagles. They picked up a lineman. It was the first lineman taken. 91 strength. He is a hidden dev. It doesn't show anything a lot about his blocking abilities, which I know Madden doesn't really show a whole lot of that. But change of direction is 59, agility 69, acceleration is 80 and 68 speed. So he does have a little bit of movement to him. But I think looking at probably at the top 5, I think probably the one that surprised me, because I thought the Lions, and maybe I didn't look at that right, but I thought the Lions were pretty good on their offensive line.
He had to let some guys go. I think some cap situations were starting to show their ugly head, so I know he had to let some dudes walk.
Oh yeah, well I know all that about all that this season as well. So my condolences to the Lions there. But he picks up Crowder. Really a young guy. He doesn't have the hidden dev, but I think maybe that was a surprise pick. I thought he was maybe going to go on the defensive side because he seemed like he struggled stopping guys on defense. But he picks up a good solid guy here, so I think that would probably be the surprise pick there in the top 7 picks. I think.
Yeah, to me,
looking at that.
Yeah, to me, it's got to be the Packers, but I want to pause draft talk. We're going to talk awards really quick, a little pseudo awards show. We've got, we got 14 minutes, 13 minutes, something before we start getting going here. So let's do some awards really, really fast. You will not see this on the vertical stream. So if you're watching the vertical up and down stream and you want to see this, you got to hop over to the regular stream. I just couldn't set it up for that as well. It just doesn't work that way. So let's talk about some coach incentives right here. You got your gold, your silver, your bronze, all of your FPR winners, which was almost everybody except for, I think, 3 teams did not get FPR this year. So congratulations, Roger, Lost, Dwayne, D-Money, Dim Brew, Maniac, Bill, and myself for gold, Bird, Nipples, Black Cats, Little Koch, Cincy Bird, Kevin for silver, Jake Glaze, Shocks, Tim, Big Hurt, Bronco Man for bronze. I appreciate you guys for participating. It's simple. It's easy. We award you for participating in this league. And so it's just an easy way to get some fun incentives. And we had a little fun with the graphics. Coming over to our coach awards. These were the little games that we play throughout the year, plus some of the awards that we vote on at the end of the year. In the gold sheet, this is where we bet with everybody starts with $100 and you can bet all the way through the season. Mr. Bill with first place, Kevin with second place, D-Money with third place. I can tell you right now, if I ever have money that needs to be invested into betting, I'm giving it to D-Money. That guy never not finishes is in the top 3. Oftentimes wins the whole stupid thing. In fantasy football, you got Beal in first place. A little clean sweep there for Mr. Beal. Denbrew in second place. Roger in third. Priest in last. Remember, if you play fantasy football, and Priest didn't do this, so it's not a shot at Priest, you can't purposely try to tank because loss is going to kick your submission out. You got to try to pick a real team. Just if you happen to, if you happen to come in last place, you get an award. So we want to keep you engaged throughout the season. In the pick'em, it was me, D-Money, and Lost Sniper. We all had a tie. We picked randomness. I won. Yay, me. And D-Money with second, Lost with third. Coach of the year. This is the guy that represents the OMFL on the field, just with his gameplay, with the stats. That's going to go to D-Money or D-Wayne. I apologize. I almost said I got the D in the mouth, but that's not what I want to say either. I got D-Wayne here, the owner of the year, the guy that represents the OMFL, just how they carry themselves, how they represent the OMFL. It is going to our guy, Lost Sniper. And then the Toilet Bowl winner this year was the Kansas City Chiefs with Coach Joker. Congratulations to him. Always seems to be a good sign whenever owners can do that. Kind of sets them up really well for the next year. Nipples, we are started, but not started with the draft. We're just doing our pre-draft show. Looking at our awards this year, Brandon DeMarco for the Texans wide receiver. He's your offensive player of the year. Micah Parsons was an absolute monster for the Dallas Cowboys. He is your defensive player of the year. Rooster Winters, a running back for the Chiefs. He is your offensive Rookie of the Year. What a great name, huh? And then Melvin Caldwell for the Desperados, middle linebacker. That guy is a stud. He is fast. He's strong. He makes all the plays. He is your Defensive Rookie of the Year. And that is the awards that you all vote on. I appreciate you for voting. Thanks for participating in that. Now we got a couple of records that were broken this past year, Mr. Maniac. Number one, Stephon Gilmore. He's going to lead the league and actually tie, but break the OMFL record for 21 interceptions. Mr. Stephon is still getting it done. He is just an absolute animal. He had a great season last year, but this past year just was a monster out there for the Dallas Cowboys. You keep waiting for it to drop off. The guy's getting older and slower and somehow continues to play good ball. Coming in for our second one, it's Mr. Brandon DeMarco, your Offensive Player of the Year. 2,671 receiving yards on the year, and that is going to break the OMFL record. So the Houston Texans in the record book with his future Hall of Famer, Brandon DeMarco. And then finally, wrapping it up, Mr. Jonathan Taylor, who seems like he's going to own the entire OMFL record book by the time his career is done. 2,258 rushing yards on the season. That's going to break a record here in the OMFL and set him up as the all-time season leader in rushing yards at 2,258. And then finally, our photo of the year. I want to get this guy checked for PEDs. He seems to win this every single year, and not like by a little bit, but by a landslide. I'd appreciate if y'all start voting for somebody else. Mr. Denbrew, he gets it with the block of the field goal of the Jaguars. That is your photo of the year. That is your thumbnail that you can use for OMFL games that are uploaded to our YouTube channel. And that is all of our awards. What do you think about season 109? We're officially putting it in the books and turning our attention to season 110.
I think it was really great. I have to commend you on the graphics there. The graphics look phenomenal. Those are just awesome to have, and I think it's neat.
We should pause real quick and say, could not done it without you. Maniac is a monster at getting me these photos because he just is. He's very good at it. He gets me perfect photos every time. He got me the coach photos. He got me all of them. I could not have done. I had the easy part. He had to get the hard part of creating it, filming it, doing all the things he does to get me those photos. So I appreciate you.
Hey, no problem. I enjoy it, and like I said, it's pretty neat that the league has these little things that we can do to not only just play the games, but also be interactive with each other and be competitive, not only on the virtual gridiron, but off of it. Just like with the all the different things of the fantasy football league and the gold sheet and stuff like that. It's just so neat, and really appreciate all that stuff because it is fun. It does help kind of pass the time whenever you're not playing. And the simple fact that also these records that have been broken, that they're actually tracked and we keep up with those, that's just something that sets this league apart from many other leagues that are out there. So really appreciate all that effort. And as far as the season ending, I think the season kind of ended like the way I predicted. Like coming in this season, I kind of predicted that D-Money would be this would be his time to, I think, put his stamp on the league. And man, he rolled through the season, through the playoffs, pretty much with little effort. And man, he's good at what he does, man. I'm telling you, and kind of solidified himself as probably the top owner that's ever played in the OMFL. So
here's one thing he ain't rolling through, Maniac, and that's his Paul's draft, because we've been sitting on here for minutes. Where you at? Wake up. Golly.
He's probably dusting off his shelf, getting ready for his next trophy.
Yeah, which should show up tomorrow, so he actually will get it tomorrow. Brandon DeMarco, just an outstanding player, an import player. We've talked a lot about him, and this is the night where we meet the next set of imports, right? We start to see them get picked in this draft and the following draft, but there are going to be guys tonight that we know will be in the OMFL Hall of Fame. And let me just say up front, my guy Raj is in chat. I've seen some comments made. I've got the DMs. I see it. I know that some of you don't love what I've asked Roger to do this Madden. We're giving something a try, y'all. Be patient. All right. Be understanding. I know you may not love it. All right. This isn't about what just a couple of percentages of us believe. Like, anyway, I just don't want to poop on the work that Roger puts into these draft classes. He's trying to make the middle of the draft classes something great. Madden introduced the 99 overall thing and the weird draft. Like, he's just tweaking a few things. And so hopefully next year we'll get the NCAA draft classes, and that'll be fun to kind of add to the league. But listen, I'm always going to default to trying some new things, Maniac, because just kind of doing the same thing that everybody else does kind of makes you not different from any other league. And we're constantly trying to look for ways to differentiate ourselves and try something new. And so I get it. Some of you don't love it, but hey, I like it. I like what we're trying to do, and we're going to keep tweaking, and we'll get it just right. And we're going to see what NCAA does.
Yeah, I mean, we all know what Madden sometimes does and what they don't do. And, we've had some instances in the past with the draft classes where you'd have 80% of the wide receivers coming out of the draft class would be like 70-something speed. Like, you can't even use these guys. And you couldn't move them to a tight end because they were too small, or they didn't have no strength. And we weren't going to do all the kind of adjusting the ratings and stuff that would just open up another can of worms there. But so what I saw from the last couple of drafts, and some guys would say like maybe there are a little heavy on the hidden devs, and I don't know everything what goes on with the adjustments or whatever, but I do know one thing though: it has created more excitement in the drafts, and we've never really had a problem creating excitement in drafts. But I think you see guys feeling like they've got more of a chance to snag players that are actually going to help them with their next season team. And so again, I think that creates a little bit of excitement that kind of spills over and gives hope to those that have little to none sometimes. So
we got 2 minutes before we get going here. We basically got through the first round. So remember a couple of things. By the time we get to round number 4, I'm going to try my very best to stay on top of it, but you will have a 1-minute draft clock. I will have to manually do that, so you will not see it. It goes from 2 minutes to 1 minute. I'm advancing us because I don't want to be here for 5 hours. We will also start taking calls. And so if you want to participate in the draft show and come let us do an interview, do me a favor, send Maniac a DM just so that I can't watch all these, and let them know that you're wanting to do this. Actually, you can send it to me because I got everything up on the screen. I think I can stay on top of it. Join the chat, be muted, send me a DM. You'll hear us talk. We'll go ahead and tell you to unmute. We'll do a sim interview. We'll start that in round number 4 as well. And then I'll explain sort of the rest of how the offseason will roll as we get to the end of the night here. And Maniac, we're ready to go. Anything that you're looking forward to see as we roll into round number 2?
I'm looking forward to seeing some guys fall so I can pick up some good guys later on. No, it's always fun watching guys getting new toys, man. It's like, I've said it multiple times. And this is Christmas Day in the OMFL. You get your new toy to play with for your franchise. So it's time to get it rolling and going, man.
Well, feel free to help me stay on top of who we're supposed to skip. I'm going to try to watch the chat from time to time and see if I can see some photos. There's a chat for the photos, so make sure to post them in there as you are leaving the draft and not drafting the rest of the night. Let us know. If you're offline, people will let me know. I will skip you. All of the things. We're just trying to get through the night. Have a really good night. These things take a long time. And as we get going here, Mr. Nipples has joined the chat. Mr. Nipples, how you doing as I hit the start button and we get draft 110 rolling along here?
Hello.
What's up?
How's everyone? I'm so sorry that I'm late. I thought that it was at 8, but I'm watching the Magic's game as well, so I apologize to everyone.
No, you're good. You're good. I'm rocking my custom-made OMFL baseball jersey. It's got our name on the back and the year that we started. Nipples is watching the Magic game, probably a few margaritas going down, and we're going to have a great draft show tonight. Nipples, any surprises for you in the first round?
No, I think there's no actually surprises. I think everyone is looking at this point for a really good import. So I think Bird or someone got like 7 picks correctly on the mock draft or so. So it was pretty common what exactly everyone was looking for, especially this draft, which is almost the last one. So, but I'm happy that everyone got the players they're looking for.
Yeah, it's funny how the mock drafts work. I didn't get to do one this year, but it seems like a lot of guys hit on them. So, as you said, this draft is sort of played out the way a lot of us thought, and the way a lot of us thought it was going to be. A lot of the top players are flying off the board. I took a bit of a flyer because my team's in a weird place, and seeing a guy that reminded me of a Hall of Famer that I have here, Forbes, and took a flyer. And yeah, I got lucky and bought Mr. Howlover, and he's an absolute stud. Here we go. Lions with a pick. Brian Banner Jr., defensive tackle out of Georgia. So, Tim, investing in the 2 lines, offensive line, defensive line. Now, you guys have played Bill throughout the years. Bill stepping into NFC North is going to, or NFC Central. What is it Central? Yeah, it's Central, right?
No,
it's North.
North.
Okay, all right. See, I always mess that up. I almost said 00. What was his? Why am I skipping on his name? Trey used to give me such a hard time about it because, I'd always get it wrong. Anyway, Bill stepping into that division. That division automatically just kind of takes a step up in class. But if these guys are going to keep Bill from just absolutely owning it the way Trey did, they're going to have some studs, and looks like the Detroit Lions are investing in those 2 lines.
Yeah, I think he's definitely taken kind of maybe a page out of some of these guys that's built their defensive lines and their offensive lines up in the draft, and both picks look like they're going to be solid picks for him. So it should help the cause going forward.
Clearly, the San Francisco 49ers have a strategy. I want to come back to you, Nipples, but he drafts a 92 speed, 93 acceleration, hidden dev cornerback. So a guy that already has 800 cornerbacks. Lyric Sanders II. And what he's probably going to do,
I was going with that one.
He's probably going to trade his other guys away so he can get like 18 first-round draft picks.
That was a good one. Was actually a good one.
When's the last time that D-Money drafted somebody besides a cornerback in the first round? Was it the wide receiver that he just got, or did he get him in the second round?
I don't know, man.
Draft?
I feel like that guy's got a cheat code to life.
Why he drafted another cornerback? He has 5 with 99 overall, basically.
I don't know.
Makes no sense.
I told you why. Because he's going to trade one of them for 18 first-round draft picks, and he just keeps farming the league for championships. Ace Grayson, the offensive lineman that went to Philadelphia, 86 speed, hidden development center. So you can see you cannot sneak any hidden development guys. The tight end that ended up going to Green Bay, TJ Reyes, I don't know, hidden development, 80, where'd he go? 87 speed, 89 acceleration, 83 strength. That guy is an absolute stud. He's going to go try to help his new quarterback in Green Bay. Tim's offensive tackle that he drafted, 92 strength, hidden development, 80 acceleration, for a defensive tackle, right? And so Ryan Banner, that's going to be an absolute stud for that defensive line. If Tim knows how to do anything, it's draft defensive tackles. That guy knows how to field some absolute studs on that D-line.
Yeah, I think, in fact, his import that he brought over this Madden just hit big bucks in free agency. So I think he's with the Bengals now.
I know. I tried to get him. I couldn't. Broncos look like they're going to be skipped here. It's over to your Atlanta Falcons, Mr. Maniac. Ben Bryant, right tackle out of USC. the Broncos are such an interesting case to me. I felt like he had a really good draft last year, but he just, I don't know. He just doesn't seem engaged. I don't know what they need to do to fix it. It reminds me of my team. Like, and I am engaged. I don't know what to do. I don't know how to fix this thing. I feel like the Broncos are this entire cycle.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. When I played him it was this season or last season? I don't know. Yeah, I think it was this past season. It looks like he was just having fun. I mean, in a good way, but he just didn't have a game plan. And he still beat me, though, by 3 points. But the way that the game was feeling, he was just having fun, just figuring it out. He's like not engaged, at least this past season. But I'm pretty sure since this is our last one, he will make it happen. I'm pretty sure he's in a fun division though, so he will make it happen.
Terrence Wilson, left tackle that went over to the Jaguars, another hidden development, 90 strength, 75 acceleration. That's a big man that can move. How big is this guy? Let's see if we can pull that up. Nope, I don't have that, but that is a big man for the Jacksonville Jaguars. As Pepper, look, we said it about Nipples 1,000 times. We say about Pepper. When Pepper's engaged and focused and really wanting to do something, man, he is a monster to deal with. AFC's going to have to watch out if Pepper builds a bit of a monster house over here in Jacksonville. Walker Chance, left in out of North Carolina State, going over to your Atlanta Falcons. Mr. Maniac, tell us about him.
All right, he is a hidden dev. 91 strength, 91 acceleration, 80 speed. He showed A in power moves, play recognition. Block shedding was a B grade. So his finesse moves are C, but he's there to help plug up the runs, and like that's where he's going to be making his presence felt for my team. He's 21 as well, so could be a possible import possibility, but I think I'm already kind of settled on go ahead and bringing over my cornerback. He's going to make probably two appearances in 2 different Maddens, so I think I'm going to bring Shepard over to the next Madden as well.
Bronco man.
You're not going to bring your quarterback. Oh, wow.
Oh, no. He hates that guy. He can't figure it. Poor Maniac can't get out of his own way when it comes to quarterback.
Yeah, call him Phoenix and then your quarterback. That will be amazing.
Mr. Bronco man, I just seen your offer. I'm sorry. That somehow got skipped past me, and I apologize for not answering you. But yes, we will bring you all on when we get to the 4th round. Right now, we're just sort of walking our way through this. Tyrell Isaac, strong safety out of Tennessee. I did not build a board this year. I'm sort of flying by the seat of my pants. I've got some notes that I quickly jotted down, and I'm just doing as much as I can here. So I can't tell you much about these guys, but Maniac, feel free to jump in. I'm going to assume that Mr. Nipples has no clue about any of these guys, but feel free to jump in here and say something.
Whatsoever. I don't have a clue whatsoever. Yeah.
Well, I know
the floor is yours.
I know with the Rams, I think he had a little bit of an issue with getting back into the league for the draft, but it looked like that from what I had scoped in on this guy, I think he's going to be a solid player, probably something that his team probably needs. So I didn't see the other guys that got drafted, but because I'm still focusing on my guy, I got those hearts in my eyes. I'm like thinking like, oh yeah, I got a hidden dev. I got, this guy's going to play and he's going to make 10 sacks for me. But this guy, strong safety out of Tennessee, I think is going to be a good guy for the Rams. That'll help solidify their defensive backfield. And of course, we all know the 49ers, they've been kind of running things over there. And let's be honest, I mean, when you got D-Money, and then you got Meek Boy, and then you got Joker, all in the same division, all those guys put up a lot of offensive points. And so anything on defense that's going to help you maybe contain those guys as much as even if it's just stops them one less drive than you could have had before, that's going to be a plus for your team. And I think it's going to be good for him.
Zach Whitfield, quarterback out of USC, going over to the Las Vegas Raiders. I'm going to skip this one because we know that this one is not here. Over to the Mounties, who also are not here. Who's the Mounties? I'm already forgot.
Oh, that's Bill.
Bill, that's right.
That's
the Bill
Bill.
went over there. That's right.
Skip him.
Don't skip him.
No. I will be pausing on my pick every time because, well, I'm the commish and I'm doing it.
I'm telling the guys that they're for interviews and stuff, if they'll go ahead and just join the chat, stay muted, so that way we can kind of keep a record like who's already in the chat, and then we'll say, so and so, we're ready to talk to you and stuff. That just makes it easier, I think.
Wayne Hurts. What a cool name.
Wayne does hurt every single season.
I think Bill.
Yeah, that's right.
Bill's having flashbacks to the Cowboys with Wayne Hurts every time. Wayne Hurts. There is one thing I will admit. Roger does have some pretty unique names for some guys. So I'm just gonna throw that out there. So, he.
What is your pick, Nate?
It is my pick. I am. I've got some notes here, and I'm.
You know what you're doing on this one?
I have no clue. No, I am flying by the seat of my pants here, which is okay. I have some ideas about where I want to go, and you guys fill the air, okay? I'm going to try to. I'm gonna try to figure out what I'm doing over here.
Fill the air. Okay, all right. I'm reaching up in the sky. Filling the air. That wide receiver that Nate drafted, man, was he's going to be a beast, and I kind of got a sneaky feeling somehow, some way he's going to make his way over to the next Madden. I think he's going to be just too good to pass up, bring him over. I could be wrong, but I think like you just saw with the Raiders, they took the quarterback. He's got the one quarterback that he traded for from the Vikings, but I got a feeling that this quarterback is going to be an import, especially since the Raiders did not draft a quarterback in the real life draft. So I think that's going to be probably his import going over.
So wait, New Orleans right now, does it have a quarterback in real life? I just don't know that. That team is so messed up that I don't know. Okay.
Not really.
So you think Nate will be importing a wide receiver? And because nah. I mean, I don't know. Nate's probably no, but I don't think it will be a good idea for Nate.
Well, it's gonna have to be like really somebody like I'm not sure if he's like completely in love with the quarterback he's got now. He may end up taking a quarterback. I mean, I'll give him Parker Code. He can take him over to the next.
No,
the next
I ain't paying all that money.
Yeah, I was stupid. I paid the money for Parker Code, thinking like, oh yeah, man, this guy's gonna be, man. He gets under pressure and he can't hit the side of a barn, man. He just throws ducks all over. Ooh, Paxton Spear.
Yeah, I'll take it. I was torn between a couple guys that had written notes. Listen, here's my new strategy. I will openly say what my new strategy is, because I've watched y'all for 3 drafts now as I just sucked this entire Madden cycle. I just went speed and strength. Give me the top speed guys, the top strength guys, and just like speed and strength, and took a bunch of notes, and like that's what I'm doing, because it seems to work for everybody but me. So we might as well give it a shot.
Well, in all the mock drafts, he was shown to be like a top 15 pick. So I think you got a steal there, man.
Yeah, I was torn. I almost took a cornerback, but I got another pick. Oh no, I don't. That's right. I traded up with you. So yeah, I guess I don't have a pick for quite some time now. But I guess the draft is fun while it lasted for me. Keelan McClennan, right guard out of USF, is going to the New York Giants. New York Giants, hands down, have had an outstanding Madden cycle with drafts. That guy knows how to draft. He's now investing into some of that offensive line because he's got offensive weapons everywhere.
Skip Cincy, skip him.
Yeah, he's in the chat telling me who to skip. He didn't say it was him. Dakota, who is Dwayne, said, out of line, Maniac. What is he talking about? Did I miss something?
Huh?
Oh, that's because of the Dwayne Hurts.
Oh, it does hurt. He pushes it in every single season, and it doesn't feel good.
It was either that or maybe when we were doing the part of the show where we were talking about the fantasy football, and I was like, Dwayne, on the purposely getting last place. It kind of seemed like that, for 3 seasons. But no,
I agree with you. I agree with you, and I don't know that he's not doing that. Dwayne's you got to sneaky. You got to keep your eye on that dude. The Pittsburgh Steelers, Cincyberg, he is up on the clock. Had a bit of a setback last season. Got rid of the quarterback they had fallen in love with for many Madden cycles. What's it going to take for them to get back on track as they get Judge Brick? Now that is a defensive lineman's name, a defensive tackle out of Florida. Mr. Brick's going to go help them out. Oh, it's over to you, Mr. Atlanta. Malachi Cedars, another great name, right in out of Texas A&M. He's going to go help Black Cats in San Diego. Yeah, that's right, because they moved that team to San Diego. You play Cincyberg every season? Is that right, Nipples? No.
Yeah, twice.
Right? Yeah. What's it going to take for him to get that team right back on track? Because it got off track last season.
You know what about Cincy? It doesn't matter what type of quarterback he has. I think, like when we went to, we are not all pro, but we were doing all Madden. All Madden, he was playing amazing. All pro, not so good, and it was still the same team. I think it's just something about sliders, to be honest. Cincy is a beast. I think Cincy is supposed to be in the Super Bowl. That sucks. The OMFL Bowl. So, Cincy is someone that is in the OMFL at all times. I'm just saying this all good stuff about Cincy because I'm obviously right now on the stream. But once we cut the stream, I promise you, I'm just gonna say all the trash that I can. No, I'm joking. No, Cincy, I think he only needs a good quarterback. That is it. And even with the trash quarterback that he had, I don't remember the name. I don't know if it's Reader or something like that. He was doing great. He's doing all the time above 500. Yeah, it's just a quarterback, and he's gonna have that next year anyway. So, well, I don't know with Wilson, but yeah. So, since he's a beast, just let me know when we cut the stream so I can just tell you exactly how I feel about Cincy.
Parker Minner, the right end that went over to New England to help Lost Sniper, another team that I can't wait to see him sort of turn around. Felt like he started to build some momentum last season. 75 speed, 90 strength, 85 acceleration. That's a big man at 298, 6'5". He's going to go help New England out. You just picked Mr. Maniac. Love to hear about your pick. Slider Austin, halfback out of Mississippi State. He's going to go help Mr. Big Hurt, who we see you in here, Big Hurt. We'll bring you in the 4th round. We'll get Mr. Big Hurt to talk about his team. Slider Austin there going to go help out the Buffalo Bills.
Mike Fleury's still in the league?
No.
I'm joking. No, I'm joking. It's just that he complains about everything, so I feel like he already gone.
I'm so confused by everybody who's moved. I paused, went like, is Fleury still the Viking? Oh, yeah, he's still the Viking. It's the other guy. It's the new guy who stepped into the ring. I'm just all twisted and turned around. Tim Bush, a left end out of Memphis. He's going over to the Washington Commanders with their brand new owner, which is Shiloh. Is it Shiloh?
Yeah, Shiloh.
Yeah, Shiloh. So
He's
Shiloh.
the one who made the switch with Bill.
Yep. So he's going to go over to the Washington Commanders that Bill had built up really well, and that's going to be a good team that he's taking over. He's not here because it is like middle of the night for him, and he is sleeping. Kansas City Chiefs on the board. Kansas City, to me, had one of the best seasons that sort of snuck up on everybody. I mean, this guy played really good football, and he has this entire cycle. But the playoffs in the AFC, and Nipples, you could be an expert to talk about how tough it is in the playoffs in the AFC. They just get him every single time, and he can't get past that first round.
Yes, I think once you get to the playoff, you cannot make a single mistake. And during our game, that's what it happened. It was just the one mistake that literally changed the whole game. But he has two. I think he has the best backup for running backs, and both are rookies. I think. He's gonna do amazing if he just run the ball. I know that he has Mahomes, but still, like if he
I
only
agree.
run the ball with those two guys, he's going to be unstoppable.
I agree with you. Byron Walther, right tackle out of Louisville. Panthers made a ton of trades, got a ton of picks here trying to rebuild that roster. He got on quite the run late in the last season. He's starting to build that offensive line up there. Defensive end Malachi Cedars, he went over to the San Diego Chargers, 83 strength, 84 speed, 85 acceleration, 6'3", 261 out of Texas A&M. He's going to be helping Black Cats out there in the San Diego Chargers, who looked to turn things around after a tough season last year.
The tough season, Panthers. He went to the playoffs.
Not Panthers, the Chargers. He went to the playoffs, but this was a guy that was in OMFL Bowl.
Oh my God!
Yeah, he
that's
didn't.
My brother.
He didn't make a run like he did in season 108.
Yeah, that's so true. I don't know what happened. I think he had that last game with either I think it was Bills, or Demon. I don't remember who was, but I think after he lost that game, he lost faith in himself. But he's a cool guy. He's gonna come back. He just have to do some cheese. And I told him, do some cheese, and then I promise you will be back there. I promise you.
Well, talk about a cool guy. Fleury in the chat says, and I quote, "Bite me, nipple." And so he's letting you know how this works for him. Blaze Grayson, right in out of Georgia. Guys, we're seeing quite the run on defensive linemen here, going here in the second round. Guys are gobbling up some defensive linemen, which I got to be honest, I find a little bit interesting because I think we all know that defensive linemen are almost the most useless attribute, ability, human to have on your team right now.
I think just having guys that can just take up space is probably the best thing that you can do with defensive linemen. Big defensive linemen that are able to maybe withstand at the point of attack. And we know that it's kind of this Madden has not been kind to pass rushers and whatnot, unless you're Michael Parsons. But it just seems like that maybe guys are trying to get heavier on the defensive line, maybe to kind of slow down some of this running attack that we've been seeing kind of dominating. Especially this last season, it seemed like guys were putting up really good numbers.
Roger, come on.
Logan Summers, wide receiver out of Ole Miss. Left tackle Hans Aries is out of Cincinnati, 324 pounds, 6'6". He went over to Kansas City, 94 strength, 70 speed, 79 acceleration. There's a big boy going to play left tackle over there for Kansas City. Another guy with a really great name, Valencia Hood, a free safety out of Virginia. He's going over to the Orlando Condors, who know how to field some really good safeties, 90 speed, 91 acceleration, 74 strength, 5'10", 209 out of Virginia. That should help bolster that team. Denver, I'm going to run through a couple of these real quick. Denver posted his right outside linebacker, Luke Burris, another guy I have my eye on, 6'2", 244 out of Florida, another lefty because we know we love our lefties here in the OMFL. 86 speed, 77 strength, 91 acceleration, 85 jump for a linebacker, which we know has become a thing again this Madden. Defensive tackle, Judge Brick, we were talking about him for the Cincyberg and the Pittsburgh Steelers. He's 6'1", 298 out of Florida, 91 strength, 74 speed, 83 acceleration. He's going to be helping Pittsburgh. And then Mr. Little Koch, he posted his. Little Koch, Eric Davis, wide receiver out of Auburn, a deep threat guy, 5'11", 191, 95 speed, 95 acceleration, 87 jump, 88 change of direction, and 94 agility. That guy has found him another speedster to add to an already really fast group. And then the last pick, Calvin Collins, right outside linebacker out of Oklahoma State. Then we're going to skip the next 3 picks and get it back to Tim.
Wait.
I'm messing with you. I just wanted to see if you'd say something. Over to you, Mr. Nipples. Drew Bennett, left outside linebacker out of Texas A&M. Another guy. I know I did.
I was ready to hit X right here. I like this name.
Another guy that I had my eye on here. This is a guy I think is going to be a really good guy. Oren Quinn, wide receiver out of Penn State. Talk about him, Mr. Nipples.
93 acceleration, 91 agility, change direction, 91 jumping, 94. Even though he's 6'4" already, 92 speed, 70 strength is also really good. He's hidden. I hope that he's like below 75. So I can just do not do anything with him, so I can import him as the second guy for Madden 25.
Well, some of those overalls will be going up, so we'll announce that as we get a little bit closer.
Okay, so just let me know so I can just use my phone.
I will let you know when the time is due. Cornerback.
He's a really cool guy, 6'4". Wow.
Yeah, I wanted some size too, so that's why I like the guy I went with. Tyson Walter, a cornerback out of Cincinnati, hidden development, man-to-man, 5'10", 180, 93 speed, 91 acceleration, 92 jump, 91 agility, 90 change of direction. He's going over to Tampa Bay, and man, Tampa Bay got him a bit of a player there. Calvin Collins, right outside linebacker that went to the Seattle Seahawks, 85 speed, 81 strength. Love that. 91 acceleration. He is 6'2", 254 pounds out of Oklahoma State. That guy is a big, fast man that's going to be running down the hill for the Seattle Seahawks.
James Wakefield. Still investing in that offensive line there for the Lions.
How many offensive line has
a lot
teams drafted in this one? I'm not so sure. I just think I saw 2, but I'm not so sure if he had like 3 or 4 already.
Halfback Wayne Flynn, while y'all look that up, 6'2", 229, halfback out of Auburn. He's going over to Dallas. 93 speed, 91 acceleration, 77 strength, a hidden development. That guy's going to be putting up 1,800 yards on us with 60 touchdowns every single season. Lee Boucher, middle linebacker out of LSU. He is a field general, 6'3", 244. Listen to this one. 88 speed, 88 acceleration, 78 strength, 75 jump. Normal dev, so we can be thankful to the Madden gods for that. But another big, fast man that can run around the field in San Francisco and pick you off left and right.
Lee Boucher.
Cole Holman, tight end out of Stanford, going to go help the Jacksonville Jaguars, which this is really the season. Now, the next couple cycles should be really good for them, but this is really the season for Pepper to step in, do something really good with that team, and it'll be interesting to see exactly what he can do this season.
I'm trying to focus and get in on my next pick here.
I got a couple that have been posted here. Priest posting his. Lance Burr. Looks like Priest took this with a 1994 flip phone Razor. 6'4", 310 left tackle out of LSU. 86 strength, 74 speed, 80 acceleration. Big man going to go protect his brand new quarterback over there. Twinkie posted one with the Philadelphia Eagles. Finally, drafting him a quarterback. We've been saying this for a couple of last drafts. This guy's got some big ozodes, which is Cajun for ears. These are the biggest ears I've seen on anyone. Sterling West, scrambling quarterback. He's 5'11", 214. He also took this with a dirty 1994 Razor flip phone. My God, how are you guys taking these pictures? 22 years old out of San Diego State, 92 throwing power, 88 speed. So another mobile quarterback with a big arm that can go help the Philadelphia Eagles. And then finally, Pepper with tight end Cole Holman. Really good player here. Vertical threat, 6'6", 259. Hidden development, 87 speed, 89 acceleration, only 68 strength. But he's got everything else going well for him. And Jacksonville's adding to some of those weapons.
My bad. I was watching the game.
No, you're good. Hey,
just,
little dead air is okay. Looks like we got a couple teams that have tapped out for the night. So Shiloh is out. The Jets are out. Minnesota's now out. Panthers are now out. And the Cowboys are now out. So I will try my best to stay on top of that.
Yeah, it makes sense for this last. I mean, this is not the last draft, but yeah, people is after. I think after the fourth. In this case, since it's almost the last one after the third round, is if you're thinking about it too much, makes no sense because you will not have too much time to. Like, this is the season that is win it all and or done. That's it. So I don't know why so many people were trading players for picks. Unless you have a really great team, because this is the season that you have to even go above salary cap and then get a FPR feedback from Nate. But at least try to win it all because it's the last season of this cycle.
I agree with you, man. We're going to get to the point here where those players, you're just taking some athletic freaks that maybe you can bring as your third import and kind of have as a solid backup. Seth Walton, defensive tackle out of Virginia. Tim really investing heavily in these defensive tackles and offensive line. Again, his team has sort of started to fall apart on the two main foundations of each side of the ball because of salary cap. And you can see he's investing in these picks pretty early on. Raiders on the clock. Falcons, Mounties, Cardinals, Texans, Patriots. That's your next couple of picks. We're going to cover a couple of these here that are in the chat. And Raiders, I am about to start skipping you because I'm tired of watching this clock click all the way down. Lions and Tim posted James Wakefield. He is the right tackle out of Texas A&M. 6'8", 326 pounds, 87 strength, 70 speed, 76 acceleration. He also just added a defensive tackle, which he posted. Mr. Seth Walton, good pick. Another defensive tackle who's hidden development for him. 6'3", 299 out of Virginia, 92 strength, 79 speed, 84 acceleration. Again, Tim knows how to draft those really good defensive tackles. Falcons are now on the clock. And then finally, Slider Austin. He was a couple of rounds ago to halfback over to the Buffalo Bills. He is 6 foot, 195 out of Mississippi State, 93 speed, 94 acceleration, 90 change of direction, 90 agility, and 72 strength. He's going to be helping Big Hurt and those Buffalo Bills try to get their season back on track for season 110. Now we got the Mounties. They just picked the Cardinals, Texans, Pats, Giants, Steelers, and Chargers. Luke Givens, another quarterback off the board, going to the Mounties. Logan Wayne, halfback out of West Virginia, going to go over the Arizona Cardinals, who did not have the season that he was hoping to have. For whatever the reason was, that things just kind of didn't come together for him. He's got a great quarterback, middle linebacker, running back, receiver. He's got some pieces there, and that's a team that I think will really turn things around here. Scott DeQuincy? I don't know. Left tackle out of Florida. He's going over to the the Texans. Sorry, Kerry Watcher, middle linebacker out of Tennessee, going over to the Patriots. We got the Giants up, Steelers, Chargers, Texans, Bills, Vikings, who we won't skip. Sorry, are we skipping? Yeah. No, I forgot. Yes, Vikings. We are skipping. And then the Chargers. Wow. I'm going to go quickly change my headphone battery, but before I go, let's talk about Logan Wayne, halfback out of West Virginia, 6'1", 231, a hidden development guy. He's going to go help Mr. Joker out. 92 speed, 93 acceleration, 79 strength, a really good, strong, big man going to help Arizona.
Yeah, that sounds like a beast, man. I know Arizona. He's a lot about just slinging the ball around. You know, it seems like sometimes he's really about pushing the ball down the field, but he can also get that running game going too. So, be interesting to see how he utilizes him.
Oh wow. Nate, why we choose the draft in a playoff game? New York just went overtime, and then Orlando also is playing.
No, what now?
Concentrate. But I don't know. I don't know why people voted for today, because there's New York is playing Philadelphia, so probably Bill is really nervous because they just went to overtime, and then my Magics are playing as well. So that's why I'm kind of quiet. I'm so sorry. I apologize.
You're good. Stop apologizing. Jesus Christ, we didn't pay you to be here. Luke Givens, quarterback out of Western Kentucky, 6'5", 231. Big guy going to help the Mounties. 94 throwing power, 77 speed, 85 acceleration. I want to say, I could have this wrong. I think Bill took a flyer on a quarterback last draft and ended up being a really good player. I'm sure Bill wishes he still had that guy, but he takes another one here on Luke Givens. Not a bad player there.
Yeah, Bill keeps hopping around enough, he'll be able to draft everybody.
Listen, I gave Big Hurt a hard time about hopping around. Bill, you right there with him. You right there with him. To be fair, though, Bill did work out trades, to swap this time, so he didn't apply for some open team. Aaron Ingram, wide receiver out of Georgia, going to go help Big Hurt. Oh, I can skip this one. That's right. Let me skip this one. Advance to the next pick. Over to Chargers. Then we got Kansas City Panthers, who we can skip. Condors, Bengals, and Desperados. Real quick, Nick Elis, strong safety out of Alabama, 6'1", 209. A hybrid guy, 90 speed, 90 acceleration, 91 jump, and a hidden development. So he's going to be a playmaker for Black Cats. And then Buffalo, who just picked Aaron Ingram.
Amazing pick.
A wide receiver, hidden development. Why do I have a bug that's bothering me right now? Hidden development, 92 speed, 94 acceleration, a 93 change of direction. I love his height, 6'3", 211 out of Georgia. That's a big man that's going to be able to get downfield and make some plays for Buffalo.
Yeah, big receiver there. And it's going to be a big target. Be almost like having a tight end out there on the perimeter, making those tough catches. Should help the Bills' offense.
I thought that this draft was weakest at center, but we've seen a lot of really good centers come off the board. Chase Boudreaux out of UCF, 6'2", 308. Listen to this big boy, 96 strength, 84 acceleration. So not only strong, not only a big body, but he's quick. He can get on that second level really quickly there, and he's hidden development. That is a great pick by Pittsburgh, who I think has had a really good draft here early on.
Yeah, definitely solid pick up there for the Steelers. And I think, I don't know, I haven't looked at his roster. I know he has the young guy that he drafted a couple seasons ago. I don't know if he's still got CMC on his roster, but I think he picked up another running back in free agency too. So looked like he's kind of committing more towards like trying to control the game with the rushing attack possibly this next season.
Yes, sir. I agree with you on that. He has been moving mostly to running the game than passing, but maybe the reason is because since he hasn't got his usual quarterbacks, so probably that's the reason that he's moving forward to run the ball. Regardless, he always break HPR, so he should be out of the AFC North.
Randy Cruz Jr., middle linebacker out of UL Monroe. That's down here, down south. He's going to go help Orlando Condors as they try to get back to another OMFL Bowl after getting one earlier this cycle. That Condors team is really good. Like, that running game broke records this year. He's got a really good defense that can capitalize on mistakes, and his quarterback's really developed.
Yeah, man, Richardson, or well, I can't think of his last name for sure right now, but he is definitely got that guy really his peak performance, man, right now. So I mean, he's utilized him really well with passing, and then also uses his legs too. So he's done quite well with that guy.
Randy Cruz Jr., middle linebacker at UL Monroe, 90 speed, 90 acceleration, 74 strength, 71 change of direction. Probably don't love that for a middle linebacker, but 73 jump. Probably don't love that, but the raw materials of a really good player. He's going to go help out Mr. Bronco Man in Orlando.
Yeah, that's some good stats, man. I don't know what his linebackers were before, but anytime you get a linebacker that's like 90-something speed, 90 acceleration, and if you've dealt with a slower linebacker, you get that guy. It's like sometimes it's almost kind of hard, especially if you're usury, to get those guys going in the right direction because they're so fast, so quick. So, but we'll see how he goes about using that guy.
Another hidden dev guy right off the board here, Slate Pyros, a 6'2", 185 zone cornerback out of Florida, 92 speed, 91 acceleration, 87 change of direction, 88 jump. He's going to be helping Mr. Shocks in Kansas City continue to put some playmakers there on that defense. And if he's able to do so, he is going to be an absolute madhouse because he's already got an offense that can compete with just about anybody.
Yeah, that's true, man. He's really good on offense.
Mr. Shenha Rush, 6'8", 328-pound right tackle out of Stanford, another hidden development man. 88 strength, 71 acceleration. He's going to go help Cincinnati build some depth there on that offensive line. I would assume that offensive line maybe has gotten a little bit older on him, and he just replaced him with a really good player.
Nice pickup.
Carlos Phillips, wide receiver out of Alabama, is going to go help the Tampa Bay Buccaneers because that's just what he needs. Another hidden development wide receiver. 6'3", 201, 95 acceleration, 90 speed, 71 strength, 90 agility. So Mr. Carlos Phillips making plays down here in the South at Alabama, and he's staying down south to go help Tampa Bay Buccaneers continue to try to get to a championship.
I hope he breaks his leg.
I hope he breaks his... See, y'all filled in the gap, and I didn't even need to. This one's trucking along. We're at pick number 28 in the third round here, and here in the fourth, we're going to go down to 1 minute. We're going to start bringing on some friends here that are already in the chat. So we got Bronco Man on the line. He'll be up first. We'll bring in Big Hurt second. Again, if you want to jump in, just be muted. Come jump into the voice chat, and we'll slowly bring you on. Theo Ross, not related to Theo Vaughn, left tackle out of Penn State. He's going to go help the Seattle Seahawks, another team that has drafted so well this cycle. When I see him pick a player, I'm just going to assume that's going to be a really good player because he has put one of the most dominating offenses and defenses on the field. His problem has been the kryptonite of the San Francisco 49ers in the playoffs. He got that early season victory over them, and then it just felt like San Francisco decided they were out to prove something, and they just kind of had their way the rest of the time.
Yeah,
Lynn,
that's been a buzzsaw, man. That division so tough.
Lynn Ryder, halfback out of Vanderbilt, he's going over to Kobe and the New York Jets, who were letting the CPU pick for him tonight. He couldn't be here. I'd assume he had work. Now we got the Texans on the clock. San Francisco, how they continue to hold on to all of these picks, I don't know how he does it, but that's probably how he keeps keeping that salary cap under wraps. Then we got the LA Rams, the Green Bay Packers, the Philadelphia Eagles, the Jacksonville Jaguars as we get off into the fourth round. Who are the Rams? I don't know why I'm drawing such a blank. It's all this recent movement.
Nice.
Oh, so we got to skip him. That's right. Yeah, bend it over and twerk. I don't know what we're listening to right now, but we're going to go ahead and we're going to change that one. San Francisco is up. Mitch Bayless right in out of Michigan. He's going to go help Mr. Raj. San Francisco just dominated when we got to the playoffs, y'all. Played stifling defense, which our guy Nipples knows firsthand, and just ran so much that we now have to implement a new rule, because that's usually how it works around here. D-Money finds something, doesn't stop doing it. We make new rules to keep people from doing it.
He was smart. He's really smart. He's a smart player.
Listen to this guy's name. Elvin D. McGuire III. Somebody sign him up to be a lawyer. Left tackle out of Oregon State. He's going to go help San Francisco continue to be dominant. I can skip this one. We will do that. And now we are at the 1 minute pick. So it is 1 minute and 30 seconds on the clock. When I get to the 30-second mark, I will be advancing this bad boy. Feel free to let them know in the chat. Be a good friend. I will not be doing it. We will be rolling along here.
It's about to get interesting. Very interesting.
It's about to get something. Chance Bellamy, defensive tackle out of UCLA, going to go help Mr. Priest over there in Green Bay as he seems to be re-engaged, trying to earn that spot back for Madden 25. Mr. Elvin D. McGuire III, DDC, power left tackle, 6'6", 339 out of Oregon State. He's got 90 straight, 79 acceleration. Move on, Mr. Nipples. You got to move on.
I don't know why you made me laugh. So stupid.
Jacksonville is up. Then we got Jacksonville. About to have to skip you. Then we got Broncos, Condors, Lions, Raiders, and Titans, who we will skip.
Oh, my.
We're going to go 3 more picks, and then we're going to bring in Bronco Man. We're going to let him get his next pick in. Trevor Bush, strong safety out of Clemson. Trevor, do not trim me, Bush, is going to be trying to help Mr. Pepper get things built up there. I just feel like Pepper just needs a little focus. I feel like he's got the talent. He's got some playmakers on that team. Just needs a little bit more focus for Madden 25, which hasn't been kind of me, him, or a couple other of us who have had a really tough time here. Broncos are up, then Bronco Man with the Condors, and then after that pick, we'll bring him on for an interview.
Nice.
Roger says Elvin specializes in sexual misconduct, especially in the bowl game where he just rapes folks. Put him on retainer, Nipples. Man, I really don't want to skip him, but I got no choice. I don't think he's around anyway. We're going to go ahead and get it over to the Condors. James Brick, spelled B-R-Y-C-K, right guard out of Auburn. Guys, a lot of offensive linemen have went off the board this draft. If you needed an offensive lineman, now was the time to take him because there ain't nobody left. Now we're over to the Lions at pick number 7. Just had Mr. Bronco Man. Bronco, we're going to bring you on in just a second. First, let's cover Dylan Lincoln. Oh, my God. Somebody call the police in Philadelphia. Let's check on Twinkie. It looks like he is in a nuclear reactor right now. For some reason, his phone turned everything red. But a hidden development center, Dylan Lincoln, 6'2", 315, 91 strength, 80 acceleration, 71 speed. That's pretty good for a center. He's going to go help Twinkie on that offensive line. Mr. Bronco Man, go ahead and unmute yourself, buddy. Let's do a quick little interview and talk about your Orlando Condors here in Season 110 OMFL Draft.
How's it going, guys? Can you hear me all right?
It's going good. You always sound so serious. It's just very like we're at a court appearance. This is a court date. I have my suit and tie on. Mr. Wagner III is representing me here today. Your Broncos, listen to me. Your Condors have had a really solid draft here. What are you looking to build on after season 109?
Well, sorry for the seriousness. I've been talking to Elvin D. McGuire III, and I've kind of been listening to his advice. So, but no. Well, I didn't have the off season that I wanted. I let Shaq Leonard, my stud linebacker, walk, and I was hoping someone would fall to me. I couldn't trade up, and then I didn't get who I wanted in free agency. So I'm kind of in a little bit of I wouldn't say a panic, but I got a bit of a hole to fill there. But there's not a ton of like gaping weaknesses, so I'm just kind of trying to find another, like that second import or somebody that can bolster. And I liked that speed of that middle linebacker, so I think I can kind of maybe build him up if I can. But change the direction on him is kind of poopy, but we'll see.
Gaping weaknesses, your next OMFL podcast show coming to you in season 110. Your Condors have had a great cycle. I know that you said you've lost a couple of pieces here, but breaking records with that offense. We've seen you add some defensive pieces. Do you feel like the defense is the weakness of your team that you needed to add some pieces to?
It's interesting because coming into this cycle, I would have said, like, regardless of the team, I'm going to be better on defense than offense. But since that OMFL Bowl when Trey just torched me, my defense has just kind of been sporadic at best. Like, I'll make plays. It really relies on, a lot of the times, guys making mistakes. I just feel like people are always open. But I kind of, towards the end of this last season, kind of figured some things out, moved some guys around, and I feel better about it for sure. Offensively, I think it's just obviously Taylor's going to be the workhorse there, but if guys get too keen to that, that's where Richardson comes in, and I got to keep people balanced. And I think I've kind of done a good job at that, but it relies more on my defense, I think, than my offense. I'll put points up, but if I'm giving up 35 points a game, it's going to be one of those things where I have to play perfect offensively.
What's up, Bill in New York? Good to see you, bud. We miss you around here. Guys, what do you got for our dude Bronco Man and the Condors?
Well, Bronco Man, I know you talked about you didn't have the season like you wanted to and stuff, but talk a little bit about the back, man, how you've kind of went through the process to build him up to where the point he's at right now, like and what are you looking forward to maybe improving on him this last season?
You said the quarterback, right? You kind of cut out.
Yes.
Yeah. So I love Richardson. I wish that I could import him as a guy exactly as he is right now, but I know that's not how it works. But he got hurt week 2, I think, in real life. So I'll have to, if I stick with the Colts, I'll have to rebuild him up again. But he's done great. He's a threat with his legs. He's got up to 99 throw power now. I think he's like 95 speed. So he's a stud. He kind of crapped the bed on me in the playoffs against the Dolphins. Threw a mallard under no pressure. It was something I thought he would have done the first season of the cycle. But no, I love the guy. I think he complements my play style well. And with him and Taylor, and now like Likely's a superstar. Or I think he's an X Factor now. But I got Likely, Josh Downs, Judy's making plays, Taylor. Like, I got a lot of playmakers. It's just putting my team in the right positions and not. So one thing that I noticed a lot last season is I'm very hard-headed, and I see somebody, like if I'm playing nipples or I'm playing somebody in man coverage, I'm like, oh, I can beat that guy, and I don't, and I throw a pick. So I gotta stop thinking that I can beat someone's user and try to play away from that, because that bit me a couple times.
Yeah. Are you confident in your team where you've got it at right now, or are you thinking like, hey, I've got to make a trade in the season here to grab somebody to make me really feel like I'm going to be able to compete this season?
I feel good in my team. I think something I got to figure out is playing Roger. I have nightmares about Brandon DeMarco to this day, so I got to figure that out, or Condors might be in a bit of trouble. But yeah, I feel good about the team. Like I said, middle linebacker is a little weak, but I was playing around before the draft with if I could move like a bigger safety and a position change for him, and all that worked out. So I might lean that way because I have more depth in the secondary now. So I think we'll be all right.
All right. Well, good luck the rest of this draft and on your season, man. Turn it over to Nipple if he's got any questions for you.
Thank you.
First of all, New York just lost, so I'm so sorry. I mean, not to you because you're Denver, but just to Bill. Sorry to hear that. So, question. I heard that you said second import. So you already have a import that you're planning to go through for Madden 25.
Kind of. I have 3 guys that are like neck and neck. That I can't.
Who is it?
Like,
So we can injure them.
Okay. It's the receiver I just drafted, normal development. He's the one. So go for him.
Oh, okay, got it.
No, but I got a 96 speed receiver. He's one of them, and then I have this D lineman. It's an X Factor. It's between those two. I probably will end up going with the receiver route because one thing, if I stay with the Colts, their draft in real life was good, but I did not like the offseason because I'm not a fan of like really big wide receivers, and they gave Pittman a huge extension in real life. So I'm not looking forward to that because when I cut him, and Josh Downs kind of emerged for me, so I might need to have somebody else so I can try to figure out what to do about Pittman.
One more question for our buddy, and then we got to let him go because his pick's coming up.
Got it. So with that said, this is not a question then. So with that said, so there's possibility that you live in the AFC?
I wouldn't say that, but if there was, it's always hard to say that, like who's going to come back, if who's going to want to switch teams and all that. So I would listen to conversations for sure. I mean, if old Jay Glaze ever wanted to give up Denver, I don't care what my team is, I'm taking them just because it'd be fun to play with my own team. But that'll never happen, and I don't blame them. But I mean, if somebody came up with a team, unless it's in the NFC West, yeah, I would listen to see what the offers were. So I don't want to be in Meek and D-Money's division. That wouldn't be fun.
Yeah,
right.
I didn't have any questions. He's Bronco my top 5, top 3 in the league. So
He is.
I really
You're
don't
off
have
the
any
hot
questions
seat.
for you. Yeah.
Well, Bronco Man, it's over to your pick. Thank you for making time and coming in and being on the draft show with us tonight. We appreciate you, buddy. Pulling for you again to have another great season. Good luck in season 110.
Appreciate it. Have a good night.
There you have it, Mr. Bronco Man of the champion Orlando Condors, winning a championship early this cycle. Now we're over to the Bengals, the Desperados, the Dolphins, the Bucks, and the Seahawks. I'm going to read a couple of these last picks that have been posted before we bring in Mr. Big Hurt. The Lions posting their 7th pick in the 4th round, Caleb Ruffino, a 6'7" left tackle, 308 out of Alabama, 85 strength, 73 acceleration, 71 speed. He's going to be helping out Tim and the Detroit Lions. Pick 410 from the Mounties and Mr. Bill, Mr. Elvis Aaron, a left outside linebacker out of Ole Miss, 6'3", 233, 80 strength, 87 speed, 90 acceleration. They're finding all of the fast players out here. Lost Sniper had one, Brian Freeman, tight end out of Arkansas. Somewhere Dwayne and Dawson have their nipples hard. 6'3", 274, hidden development. 85 speed, 83 acceleration, 84 change of direction, and 75 strength. I really like that pick for you, Lost. And then finally, Mr. Kilo Jax, a left end out of Louisville, 6'3", 288, hidden development. Mr. Joker here feels like he's hit all hidden developments here. 78 speed, 92 strength, 81 acceleration, hidden development. Going to be helping the Arizona Cardinals. Now we're over to the Dolphins, Bucks, Seahawks, Cowboys, who we will skip, Jets, who we will skip, and then over to the Ravens. Let me make sure I haven't missed anybody else that wants us to be skipped. Giants, they're not up. Chargers, they're not up. No, I think we're good. Okay, let's get ready to bring on Mr. Big Hurt of the Buffalo Bills, who usually does his own draft show, but because it's baseball season, he can't keep up right now. Mr. Big Hurt from Buffalo. A lot of B's happening there, but I guess it's better than Bill and his Bills. How you doing tonight, bud?
I'm doing pretty well. How are you guys?
We're good, my man. Buffalo had quite the season last year. Even with as busy as you've been, you were able to sort of get things rolling there. What was the biggest lesson that you learned about your team in season 109 that'll help you in 110?
Depth is going to be important for this upcoming season. I had some injuries later on in the season, especially with my key defensive lineman, Ed Oliver, and then Glenn Callaway, I think is his name, who I had to let him walk due to some contracts. But when you're paying Josh Allen big money, and I just couldn't let go of Stephon Diggs, so I had to let him go, hoping that one of my younger guys that I have behind Oliver to step up this season.
Offense or defense, which of those directions do you feel like have to just be better for you when it comes to season 110?
Defense. I'm a defensive guy. Like I feel like if I can't stop somebody, then I just feel like it's a disaster waiting to happen. I need to be able to get a stop at any moment, given time. It's kind of been our motto, when I translate things over to real life, coaching football and whatnot. But the old saying, defense wins championships, offense wins games. I think offense is important, obviously, to be able to score, but anymore, there's so many teams that can score, so you got to be able to stop the team and get turnovers and put pressure on the quarterback.
Frank Jackson, drafted by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, left outside linebacker to Washington. Guys, what do you have for Big Hurt?
What's up, Big Hurt, man? I know you're busy with baseball and everything, but what did you do in the free agency? Were you able to pick up anybody to improve your team, or are you just solely focusing on the draft?
Funny that I just figured that would be one of the conversations. I actually had $4 million after I did all my re-signs. So I had to sit pat, and basically the draft is my off season. So I did not make any moves. The moves that I made were letting guys go just to be able to field the roster. When I took over the Bills from Bill in the trade when he got Washington, obviously, like Diggs and Josh Allen and Ed Oliver and some guys already had contracts, but that is the face of the franchise for the Bills. So I was aware of that. But this offseason is one that, I feel like I still have a pretty good roster. I just don't have maybe quite the depth in certain areas that I would like to have. So fingers crossed that doesn't, hurt me. But like last year or last season, I started off, I think, like 6-1, and then baseball season just kind of went into full swing, and just kind of a glimpse the last 3 weeks. I've not clocked less than 69 hours. So it's just been between work and baseball. Like, I've literally been so busy. It's just nothing but games or practice almost every day. So just trying to kind of find a time to not only play the game, but also like have a clear headspace and just be able to lock in is a challenge on the back half of season 109.
Really good pick there, Mr. Nipples.
Yeah, it is. It is. It's a really good.
Flume. That's the Flume. Well, you're talking about the not being able to make many moves and stuff. What's some ways you think, like on offense? I know you're talking about not having the depth, but like, is there maybe a philosophy that you're going to look at possibly controlling the clock more this next season? Maybe run the ball more. Maybe be more efficient with the clock. Maybe kind of take some pressure off of your defense, maybe, or those areas that you could be weak in.
I mean, I really don't know that I feel like I'm weak in any spot, like offense or defense. I just, again, it comes down to depth in certain areas, and injuries are a part of the game. But I mean, offensively, Diggs missed, I think, 6 or 7, 8 weeks, something like that. So Gabe Davis had to kind of take a bigger role, which he did fill. But that's, going into season 110, I have Diggs, Gabe Davis, and then Grant Stanley, who has been a big piece of my offense. So I really didn't need a receiver. But I did take that Aaron Ingram this year, and he seems to be pretty good. But the reason I took him is the Bills going into the next Madden are going to be very thin at receiver because Gabe Davis and Diggs are gone, and Grant Stanley was a drafted player. So I feel like I need to maybe find one of the receivers, either Stanley or Ingram, to take over to Madden 25. Okay. Running the ball, I still have James Cook, who I like, but last year I spelled him with Alvin Kamara, and I really liked his skill set. But I, again, had to let him walk due to money. So that was the reason I took Slider Austin with the running back. And again, I think he's going to be a guy that can step in and with his skill sets be usable. So just kind of some young blood there. But like my offensive line is going to be the same. My tight ends are coming back. And then defensively, I still have 3 of my 4 starting linemen with McMillan and Rousseau and Ed Oliver anchoring that line. So like I feel like I'm strong there. The big thing I think for my defense is I lost Milano, the linebacker, who's a vet guy, and I also lost L'Jarius Sneed as a corner. But again, that was kind of a money situation. And Benjamin St. Just is a guy that I like. I think it's funny that we talk about D-Money like in certain style corners, but Benjamin St. Just is that bigger height cornerback, but also has good speed. So I think he'll fill in and be okay. He just isn't going to be able to be quite as much of a lockdown corner per se.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll pass you over to Nip, and thanks a lot, and good luck on the season, man.
Appreciate it.
How's it going, Big Hurt?
It's going, my man. How are you?
I'm doing great. Hey, when the show is coming back and how much you pay, so in case I have to switch shows. No, I'm joking. Hey, first of all, I, in my opinion, you're supposed to be either the 6th or the 7th spot on the wild card for this season. It's just that again, you got a couple CPU games that were unfortunately because you were really busy. But how do you do it when you are in? I will say this, maybe the 2nd or the 3rd stronger division in the whole Madden. How do you do it to basically fight those guys 6 times a year? Because Maximo lost, and then Kobe. That's tough. Do you have does one of them is similar to your game, or everyone is different?
I would say there's definitely different play styles there. But I mean, those 3 guys are definitely guys that compete for playoff spots. And I know Massimo has made runs, like, I don't remember quite how long ago, but I mean, I remember he snuck in as like a 7 seed and then ran all the way to the OMFL Bowl. So I mean, I'm not going to downplay, like, our division is very tough. Every week is a battle. And then, like, my luck of the draw was I drew D Wayne and D Money as my last two, or was it D Wayne?
Yes.
But I remember I think it was D Wayne and D Money were my last two games of the season last year. And I mean, it's just like, like it just is how the season shakes out and how it's going to be. But, I always say you got to beat the best to be the best. So, whoever's on the other side, I know it's going to be a battle. There's a lot of great players and talent in this league, and especially in our division. But like, definitely different play styles. Kobe's a little bit more balanced, definitely throws the ball, but can run the ball as well. Massimo can air it out with the best of anybody, has tons of speed in their offense. And then Lost, actually, it's funny because I thought, like, oh, this might be like a slugfest type of game. And then my first game in as the Bills, I was playing Lost Sniper, and Rusty Starr was actually hurt. And so he was using Dak. And I was like, well, Dak's not a bad quarterback, but he had Tyquan Thornton and is it Justice, I think? And he had, I want to say somebody else, but he had like a ton of speed at receiver. And I was like, this is just like playing Massimo or, some of these other teams that have a lot of speed at receiver. And so it was just kind of picking, your battles and trying to figure out, like, where he was going to attack. And you guessed right, you're in the right spot. If you're not, like, it can be like a 60, 70, 80-yard play like that. And so it's definitely a fun but stressful game in our division.
Yeah, I feel it. I completely feel you. And so what do you look forward for this last season for your Bills?
I mean, I just want to be competitive and hopefully, draw a playoff spot and give myself a chance to, sneak in. With my busy schedule, like I said, it's kind of hard. Sometimes I'm getting home from baseball and clocking 12 hours in the day, and so my mind's just not really ready to lock in and play a game like against D Money or Massimo. And but that's not an excuse. I just gotta figure it out and hopefully have enough mental capacity to handle that. And I typically like to try and scout a little bit, where they're looking at stats and kind of trends, and I don't really get to do as much of that when I'm in the middle of baseball season. So that's kind of flying by the seat of my pants. There is just winging it, walking into a game not knowing like what trends are, like looking at recent games or just simple little things that you can do. But I think that's kind of like my nature, whether it's here in Madden or preparing for one of our baseball games. We kind of do a little bit of simple scouting, and I think stats don't lie, trends don't lie. So that's kind of what I look for.
Yeah, no, I completely understand because this season, at least I played finally. I think this is my first time in like 2 cycles that I actually play a whole season. And I feel it because I was actually watching stats, looking the trends and all that, especially for the last push for the playoff. And so I completely understand that. I hope that, the season for baseball got good. You win the championship, but as well, you also have time to put in game for Madden and injure all those players, so it's more easy for the AFC North to get to the Super Bowl, to the OMFL.
I'll definitely keep that in mind.
Got it. I appreciate you.
Big Hurt, what's it going to take for your team to get there again?
What's that?
What's it going to take for your team to get to an OMFL Bowl from the AFC?
Just a healthy roster. And then also, I feel like I just need to, really find my groove. I want to say, was it 2 seasons ago? I think I had Washington, and I was really was feeling like just hitting on all cylinders. I was feeling really good, but I had the opportunity to switch over and take the Bills, and that Washington defense was probably like the most like unified defense, and like just every piece I loved how it was put together. So I felt really like good with that team, but I just felt like it was a different opportunity to go. One, to not play against the Cowboys, being a Cowboys fan twice every year, but also to get an opportunity to play with like a guy like Josh Allen was kind of interesting, and not like a once in a lifetime kind of shot in this Madden. Unless you draft a guy like Josh Allen is, Patrick Mahomes, a few of those guys are just like very elite. And so I knew that I would have my quarterback for an entire cycle. I would just have to figure out the financial side of things. But I think if my team can stay healthy and I can play my games and not be stopped from that, then I think I would have a chance to get in the playoffs. And then once you're in the playoffs, anything can happen. Massimo proved that getting in as a 7 seed. So, it only takes one game to upset D-Money. You don't have to beat him 5 times because that's pretty much never going to happen. But you can beat him 1 time. So I think that's the big thing.
What else we got for Mr. Big Hurt before we let him go?
I'm good, man.
Well, we seem to figure this out every time. It's your pick, Big Hurt. So thanks for being with us tonight. We're looking forward to life slowing down so you can bring back your other draft show. I don't even know why that was funny, but we just happened to hit it. Big Hurt, appreciate you pulling for you next season. Have a great one, bud.
I appreciate it, and hope I can have a little more time this next season after baseball kind of finishes up, and I'll try and get the show going. But we're got about a week, and then district starts, and then looking at state tournaments. So we'll see how that all shakes out.
Well, good luck to you, bud. We appreciate you.
Appreciate it.
There we have it, Big Hurt of the Buffalo Bills. We are at pick number 21 here in the 5th round, rolling along here and almost to the very end. I have no more picks left, so I don't have to worry about taking jabs at the air here. I really wanted a safety, and the stupid CPU snatched the safety up that I wanted 1 pick before me. Let's cover a couple of picks here, and then we're going to recap the draft about where we're at. If you want to join us and you want to talk about your draft and be interviewed, all you have to do is join the chat, the voice chat, OMFL General. Just join, mute it for us, and we'd love to do a quick interview. We're going to go back to the 4th round, pick number 24 for the Cincinnati Bengals. I don't know why I got Denver on the head. Roman Kent, halfback out of Texas, 5'9", 212, 92 speed, 93 acceleration. Going to go help the Cincinnati Bengals because that's just what he needed, was some more speed. The Green Bay Packers posted Carter Withers, 6'2" cornerback out of Alabama, 190. He is a righty, a hidden development. Only 89 speed, but he's got plenty of height and hidden development, 91 acceleration. He's going to go over to Green Bay. Twinkie posted 1, Melvin Green, left guard out of Texas Tech, 6'2", 310, 92 strength for the big man, 82 acceleration. So he is another hidden development offensive lineman. And then the last one that we had posted was from Bill, the 10th pick here in the 5th round for the Mounties, right in out of UCLA, 6'5", 266, 81 speed, 85 acceleration, 78 strength. That's a really good player there for Bill, who knows how to build a great defense, and he's building one there with the Mounties. Guys, we have had some interviews. We have talked a little shop. We've had a lot of rounds go through here. What do we think? And for OMFL draft number 110?
It's been a pretty decent draft so far. I think guys are filling up their rosters, getting some solid players for their teams. You hear like the lower teams like the Eagles and those that have struggled. You hear that they're getting some hidden dev guys, getting stronger, getting better, and that's always good for the league.
Cincy, are you saying? No, I don't know. Cincy in the chat said Skip, but I don't know if he meant. I put his name as Skip, but I think he meant Skip the pick I was on. So Cincy, don't be saying that, man. I'm gonna write you down as to skip you. We're over to the Miami Dolphins, and then we're gonna skip the Bucks, the Seahawks, the Cowboys, and the Skip for you. Okay, yeah, all right, I can do that. So Steelers. And we're off and running here almost to the 6th round, and this is where it starts to get boring because guys want to go do something else or go to bed or do something else or go to bed or do something else, and that's what they're doing right now. So we're going to be over to Nipples here in just a second here.
I got 6 picks in the next 2 rounds, man. 6 picks.
You got to load it up. Slider Banner, tight end out of Alabama, going over to Baltimore. What's he look like, Mr. Nipples?
He looks. So in reality, I was just pressing X, but at the end of the day, he looks really good. 78 acceleration, 84 speed. He's hitting development. Nice. I don't need a tight end anyways. So I don't have too much information about him. I think he was a bad pick regardless because I'm not going to use him. But I think I need it because of FPR stuff. I think I only have 2 tight ends. I think I need 3. So it's still a good pick regardless. Yeah. So he looks good. Yeah, he looks good. Yeah.
Maybe he's a good blocker. He'll help you with your running game.
No, he is. He has A+ impact blocking A, pass block, run block A.
Nice.
Big route 8, which is also really nice to see.
I like how that went all kinds of directions. It went from, I think that was a bad pick to me at the end, and he's like, oh, no, I think he looks good. We got the Detroit Lions, the last pick of the
fifth. Kelsey.
I was just pressing X, so I didn't
so
pay
funny.
attention. But now that I'm actually looking at it, it's a great pick.
We've seen somebody talk himself into his own draft pick there live and in person. Detroit Lions had their last pick of the 5th round skip because they didn't get it in enough time. We're off to the 6th round here. We got Lions, Packers, Eagles, Jaguars, Broncos, and Falcons. And we are off and running. Fellas, the nature calls. So I'm going to take a quick break, fill the air, and I'll be back.
Well,
man, it's so weird to see Tim's instead of Trey. I got used to seeing Trey all the time. Yeah, but I'm happy for Tim because he finally got his team. Yeah, so really happy for him though. I mean, I'm really happy for him. I'm just watching the game, Maniac. So I'm not saying that you are all by yourself, but basically at the same time, I'm saying that you're all by yourself.
So the Lions picked another offensive lineman, Sweeney there. So then Josh Choice goes to the Packers here, a halfback for Auburn. Jaguars are on the clock. Isaiah Ford, wide receiver, Oregon, going to the Eagles. Yeah.
As you guys are talking about Tim taking over the Lions, I think he owes us a new.
Who invited this guy back? I thought we kicked him out of here. Jeez, I can't leave for 2 minutes.
Yeah, you know that me and Maniac don't ever shut up. So,
what you were going to say about Tim?
A lot's built up, Nate. I gotta take some time here. No, but I was saying I think Tim owes us a new hat flip. It's been a while now that he's got his actual Lions. Mm-hmm. He owes us a new hat flip.
Yeah, I don't even think that was a flip. I think my guy just fumbled it. He just loose ball in the field. Randy, we're gonna. I just realized we have 2 Randys in the chat. Randy Foster and the other Randy. I'm not even gonna try to accidentally butcher your last name. Is it Nicesonger? Nicesonger? I don't know if I'm saying that right. I don't know why that's funny, but it is. I feel like everything I say is funny. Randy, the Nicesonger one, we will get you invited as soon as the draft is over, buddy. Make sure that we get you in here, bud.
I wonder if he's nicer.
I don't know. He was ready to quit this afternoon. I had to talk him off the ledge. The Broncos and Raiders have not been around all night. Neither have they posted. I don't know why I'm sitting here letting this freaking clock click down. Guys, if you haven't been here all night, I'm just... Vegas. Oh, okay. Well, there you go. Well,
I'm pretty sure I saw him post something in the main chat.
Yeah, he may have, yeah.
In Las Vegas.
So we're going to skip him too. Broncos. Right. I'm about to add the Raiders to that list because this is like, you ain't been here all night, brother. I'm adding him to the list. If I get in trouble, I get in trouble. I love you, Raiders, but you ain't been here all night.
It's already round 6. They won't complain if they just skip them.
Oh, you clearly have never been a commissioner of a Madden league.
I was going to say, don't
people
ever say
will
that
find something
It's round 6.
to complain about.
God.
My God, Twinkie, can we help Twinkie out with these photos? Isaiah Ford, wide receiver, drafted by the Philadelphia Eagles. 6'3", 196 out of Oregon. This is a player, only 88 speed, but big, tall playmaker, hidden development, 95 acceleration, 89 change of direction, 85 jump. Mr. Isaiah is going to go help his brand new quarterback there in Philadelphia.
I think the picture should have to be a certain quality to be posted.
These guys, we posted the link on how to take it, but guys just refuse to do it. And I don't know if they're running an iPhone 1 or 2 or flip phones, or I don't know. They got burner phones that they got from the gas station. These are some terrible photos.
I know the one bad photo was taken by Priest, and with his nasty toe, who knows what's on that phone.
We have seen a ton of cornerbacks, a ton of offensive linemen, which is not surprising to me, but a ton of defensive tackles, which is surprising for me because they just are not what they were in Madden 23. What has been the surprise position to sort of go on a run here for y'all?
For me, it's been the Hogs, man, and on both sides, offensive line and defensive line. I was not expecting to see that many come off, and then again, we talk about it, and there goes another one. So I just think that's been pretty impressive, and I know cornerback was pretty hot and heavy too there for a while.
Yeah,
let me go make
it
my
was
pick
pretty heavy. I think a lot of cornerbacks, 6'1", 6'2". I don't usually see so much height on cornerbacks, at least on Madden. So I don't know if Raj has to do something with it. If so, I appreciate you because I actually like tall cornerbacks. So great job.
Bronco, man, I just got a message that the safety you moved to middle linebacker may not be allowed. And this isn't the first time I've heard of our farm saying approved for something that shouldn't be approved. So maybe I need to go back and check the form again, but run it through the form one more time. Also, send me a DM with the player's name so I can check it on the back end. Maybe there's something wrong with our approval form that's approving things that shouldn't be, but or maybe it's approved and the guy who sent me a message or a board member just missed that it was approved. Johnny Bishop, defensive tackle out of California, going over to the New England Patriots. And now we're over to the Giants, who we can skip. Steelers that we can skip. The Chargers that we can skip. And we get it back. We get it back to the Atlanta Falcons. So Atlanta Falcons, then Big Hurt and the Bills. Vikings that will skip. Commanders that will skip. And then Sharks and the Kansas City Chiefs. Yeah, that works, Bronco Man. Appreciate that, buddy. I'll also check. It may be something wrong with our form, or maybe not. Maybe it's all allowed. I don't know. I don't have that thing memorized, and I'm sure all the board members don't have it memorized either. I think it just kind of stuck out. It's been a good draft, man. It's been a good night. A little quieter than normal. It's sort of getting to that time of the year. Emmett Pearman, middle linebacker out of Texas, is going to go over to the San Diego Chargers and help Black Cats. I've got 5 seconds, and then I can skip Maniac, which would make me giggle inside. Big Hurt, where'd he go? He just disappeared as fast as he popped back. Make that pick, Maniac. You're 5-10 seconds over. Where'd Big Hurt go? He was just here.
Hidden Dev outside linebacker. Let's go.
That Big Hurt, you got to keep your eye on him.
86 speed, 89 acceleration.
Nice.
6th round hidden Dev. So I will take that any day.
Even though you had to cheat to get him.
Yeah, I know.
I'm just picking.
But look at all these ones you skipped.
R2 like R2D2? It's a weird kid name. I don't know. We're going to be getting it over to Shocks and the Kansas City Chiefs, and then we're going to be done with round number 6 here pretty soon. If you want to be interviewed by us, please feel free to come jump into the voice chat. Raj, I miss you. I'd love to hear from you. Come jump in with us. We'll have you unmute, and we'll do a little bit of an interview with you. Let me skip these next 2. And then we can talk about what the rest of the schedule is going to look like as we get ready to get us off. So we're going to pause tonight after the draft is over in preseason week number 1. We'll get our buddy re-invited to the league. You can do all of your training camp. Randy, prepare yourself. It's probably going to lock you out of your training camp, and you just won't be able to do it. It's going to have to be done by the CPU. It just sucks, but that's what happens. I don't know why it happens that way, but that's what happens when you invite guys in the middle of the week. So we will stay there for 24 hours. Tomorrow early afternoon-ish, because it won't be a full 24 hours, but tomorrow early afternoon-ish, probably around 7 or 8 Central Time, we will advance it to week number 4 of the preseason, and then everyone will have 24 hours to get their preseason or their preseason. Listen to me, get their roster set and their practice squads. That's the word I'm chasing down. Get their practice squads set, and then we will be off into. So that will happen Wednesday night to Thursday night. We'll start week number 1 Thursday night, probably early that afternoon, or as soon as everyone posts, if they are able to post quick enough. Big Hurt is back, man. My guy keeps disappearing and reappearing like he's the Holy Spirit.
Sorry, I had to go check on my son.
All good, buddy.
But in regards to Randy Neisinger, we had a situation in our other league 2 seasons ago about adding somebody. If you add him before you advance it to that stage, he should be able to.
Okay.
He should be able to do his training. So, like, if you add him and he joins in before you advance it to, like, the training camp phase, then he should be good. It locks, from what I was told, and I'm not 100% guaranteed on this, but what I was told by the other commissioner in the other league, that it locks you out for that phase. So, like, if you come in for the free agency or re-signs, it locks you out until you advance it to another stage.
Cool.
So if you even if you invite somebody on like a week, they can play their game, but they can't do their their training camp or mini camps or whatever that week until you advance it to the next week.
Yep. Okay. Neisinger, Randy, R2, RJ. Well, there's too many names in here. R2. Are you around if I send you the invite before we advance to week 1 of the preseason? Because I can't sit there forever. But if you're around, I'll do that immediately. But I think you might be I don't know. Are you around? Just let me know. Matt Crowther, wide receiver out of Michigan. He's going to go play for Denver and the Cincinnati Bengals. The player snapshots have stopped flowing. The chat is dying a slow death. No one wants to be interviewed. We got Mr. Tim in here. It's good to see Mr. Tim. Harvey Jones, that's a great name, middle linebacker out of Alabama. Bronco Man, it sounds like it should be good. If that was what it said, then I'll go check, but it sounds like we're good. I'll just have to remember. It's probably gonna be tomorrow before I can remember. Anyway, back to who we're skipping. I think we're good, even though Massimo has not been around. Has he been around? I don't remember him making a pick yet.
I want to say I think he made a couple picks, but the last couple times he's been rolling down pretty pretty far that I can remember. So,
all right, Massimo, if I skip this one, I'm skipping you the rest of the night if you have any more picks. Let's bring on Tim. Tim, unmute yourself. Let's welcome in Tim of the Detroit Lions, taking over his favorite team, having to deal with some cap issues, rebuilding that team. Tim, how's the draft for season 110 going for you, bud?
It's not sexy. It's just a lot of the need, the offensive line, defensive line. I knew it would be. It sucks looking at all these gems go on superstar players, and it's like, nope, you got to stay the course. You only had 4 offensive line entering free agency and only had 2 defensive tackles. You need to fill those spots.
I heard somebody say this about the Saints real life draft this year. It's like a vacuum cleaner. You're not going to get excited about it, but you got to have one. So it sounds like you're having to purchase a bunch of vacuum cleaners. Listen, my last question before I hand it off to the guys, I got to ask, what is your secret about defensive tackles? You seem to be able to find defensive tackles just sitting on the streets around here.
What is D Money's secret about CBs? Every time you turn around, he's got another great.
Oh, did we lose him? With us?
Now
you're back. Hey, we lost you for like 10 seconds there. So I heard D Money, cornerbacks, and then you went away.
D Money has a knack for drafting DBs. Lil Koch has a knack for drafting fast receivers. I mean, I don't know. We've pull our skills together, and maybe we have a super team.
Well, I got a numb nipples over here, asleep at the wheel. I'm skipping you, nipples. Over to you, Tim. So feel free if you need to pause and go ahead and make that pick. We are round number 32 here in the 6th round. We're going to let Mr. Tim do some focusing here. Peter Parrish, not Peter Parker. Peter, do not call me Parker Parrish, left tackle out of Kansas City State. Got drafted by the CPU because Nipples is asleep. Wake up over there. What are you doing? Eating an enchilada? What are we doing?
He's over there trying as the Magic are about to lose.
Yeah.
This is way past my bedtime.
No, it's just a Magic game. We just lost last second. That's
and the Rangers won. Woo.
Listen, my Pelicans got swept because Sion got hurt, so it is what it is. We're over to the Rams that we're going to skip here as we are off into round number 7, y'all, the last round. What do we got for our guy, Tim?
I'll throw one out here right quick since I've got a pick coming up. But Tim, you're talking about having to rebuild your offensive line. I know I kind of feel the pain too, man, because my cap space was crazy.
I don't mean to laugh at my guy Maniac. His pick's coming up in 10 seconds, and he's like, I don't have long, but let me talk for 4 minutes before I ask my question.
But how are you feeling about your team and the direction and what are you looking to do this next season?
Well, my team entering the end of the season was perfect. Trey did an outstanding job building that team. I had superstars and all pro players all up and down the lineup. The trick was, how do I keep everybody? Which ones am I sacrificing? Which ones am I going to have to say, well, we're going to have to try to replenish that? That's been the hardest part in the whole damn mess. Felt like I needed to hire an attorney and accountant to make sure that the money was going to the right spot. I had to Google how to money launder and all that good stuff right there. But I streamed everything, so nothing is illegal. At least that's what my attorney said.
Everything's kosher.
We got Falcons and Lions back to back here. We're pick number 6 in the 7th round. Nipples, you got anything for our guy Tim while Mr. Maniac makes his pick?
Yes, sir. First of all, Tim, I'm happy that you got your Lions. Please do not move again for at least 2 cycles.
I am locked until I'm done.
Question. I know that, you have a pick, so I don't know if you want to do the pick first. I mean, it's 7 round, but
I have no idea what I'm doing.
He's the only.
Wait for you just in case.
He's the only honest guy in the OMFL. I have no idea what I'm doing over here. Neither do I. It clearly, as my record shows, I think I've won 6 games this entire cycle.
Oh.
You got it?
He's got it.
Yeah.
Awesome. So question. I know that Trey, Bill, and I don't know if probably Nate or Maniac ask you this question because I was just watching the game. So, I know that you got the team from Trey, and Trey built one of the best team ever, I think, in Madden. I mean, for cycle side, but is what are the changes that you actually have to make to make it more your game style? Do you have to make so many changes? Because I know that he has the big dude, Conley is the name, I think. He's like 6'10" or something like that. And
I
you
had a
said that
very difficult time figuring him out.
exactly. So what changes are you had to make this off season to make it more your gameplay, your game style, to put it that way?
Well, let's just look at offensive line, for example. Offensive line, Trey built a lot of agile offensive line that worked well with him. I'm more of a pass protect on my tackles and power on the guards and center. So immediately that's like two different styles blending together. He was more of a speed on Gibbs. And if you look at what I traditionally like to do, I'm more of a ground and pound. Like Derrick Henry is my ultimate running back for my team that would, just bust up the hole for 4 or 5 yards a carry, grind it out. And
that's how Nipples likes it too. He likes to ground and pound and bust open holes.
Yeah.
I don't know what to do with a mobile quarterback. I don't know what to do with a mobile quarterback. I've never done well with mobile quarterbacks. I'm more of a pocket passer. So there's a lot of differences in our play styles. So it's adjusting to figure out, okay, this player may not have been a feature in Trey's offense or defense, but he's a feature on mine. Stuff like that.
That makes sense.
Got it. And then last question. I know that your division is having some challenges to get some wins, and probably it's because obviously. No, I don't want to use that word, but but yeah, it is pathetic. But
use a worse one in Spanish that we don't understand.
The question about your division is, with Bill coming into the division, I think he thinks that he probably will have it easy. I mean, I'm sure that he's not thinking that way, but with Bill on that division, are you all three are going to go against Bill so he knows that your division is really a strong one? It's just that this year you all were having a bad year? Or do you think that this year it can be finally your year to win a division?
You make it sound like we're going to haze him, like he's part of a new fraternity. I mean, absolutely we're going to do that. Absolutely we're going to gang up. Absolutely. I feel the hurt more than anything because, who was building that Toronto team before I got the call for the Lions? I was.
That's true. That's yours. Yeah.
Listen.
So it's that's my team I was building.
I was watching a video. I don't know if y'all have seen it. It's making the rounds, but it is this young guy filming a video in a bathroom. And this older black gentleman is like wanting to wash his hands, and he asks the guy to move over, and the guy snaps off at him. And the old man said, "You don't want to mess with me. I'm going to slap the poop out of you." And he kept running his mouth, and he slapped the hell out of him. And the reason I'm telling this story is because he said, "I'm from Detroit, Michigan. You don't want to mess. You better find a toy. Don't play with me." I just thought it was hilarious. You don't want to mess with Tim. He's going to bust up those kneecaps. He's from Detroit, Michigan.
I hope that the division gets really, really competitive. I know you will. You have Bill, you, Mike, right? Mike is over there, right? Or no?
Mike Fleury's there, yep.
Yeah, awesome. So, and then who's the other one?
Priest, come on. Priest? Yeah. Oh my God! Did you all just wow? Shots fired! Everyone forgot who Priest was. Shots fired!
So no, it's gonna be really fun division, to be honest. Even though if he doesn't go to 8 or 9 win division, whatever. I think it's one of the most fun one, and it's because everyone is gonna try to. Yeah, it's gonna be a fun one. So I hope that you guys can fight in the chat and then also fight in Madden. So it's gonna be a really fun one. So I wish everyone luck, and especially you, so since you finally got your Lions.
I'm not letting them go. I'm not moving. I'm not relocating. The only way you got to get me out of here. That's the only time I'm ever leaving. I am not going anywhere.
Did I hear that Tim was up for a vote?
That's the only way.
Just kidding.
Maniac, you had to leave a while ago. What you got for our guy, Tim?
Man, Tim, I know I was kind of listening back and forth a little bit with the banter that you had going on about the teams that you got in your division and stuff. But man, I know I did ask you a question, and I don't know if we're still in the question part or not. But I just want to say, maintain the course with your team. Don't let it get distracting. If you kind of go into a little bit of a down run because you got your favorite team. Don't hold on the guys too. Let them go if they need to get let gone, because that's probably one of the worst things you can do is being the owner of your favorite team is just holding on to guys too long. I've experienced that, so I guess I'm just passing along some knowledge, I guess, if you want to call it that. But I'm glad you got your team though, and good luck on the season, man.
Somebody record that and send it to Maniac so he can hear him tell himself that.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe if I could ever figure out how to get the same blueprint, the same mojo I have in the Deuce with the Lions and the OMFL, that's the only thing I'm asking, because in the Deuce, I'm killing it with the Lions.
Oh yeah, I mean you've been rocking and rolling with them, so I really and half the guys that play in the Deuce play in the OMFL too, so I don't know what the deal is, but
well, I know what the deal is. Mr. Tim is up the last pick of OMFL Draft 110.
Yes, I'm up the last.
Also, our interview. So, Tim, thank you, man. Pulling for you in season 110. Thanks for coming and hanging out with us tonight. Make that last pick, buddy.
It's a punter.
Don't tempt me.
Because we got a heavy breather that has just entered chat that we're going to do an interview with here in just a second. Breathing like he's excited over there.
I like his
running.
Scotty.
And
Scotty
there we
knows.
have it. We got the end of season 110. Mr. Tim, thank you again for making time, brother. Coming to hang out with us, staying up a little late. We appreciate you. Love you, man. Pulling for you in season 110.
All right. Take it easy, guys.
There you have it, Mr. Tim of your Detroit Lions. Let me boot our old buddy's name and invite the new buddy's name here in just 1 second. While I do that, we're going to bring in Mr. Cincyberg of your Pittsburgh Steelers. Cincy, how you doing tonight, man?
Good. How's it going, Nate?
Good, buddy. I was like, oh, good talk. That went well. That was the best interview of the night. Cincyberg, last season didn't work out for you. You ended up giving up on the quarterback of your dreams and moving forward, man. What's got to change for 110 and the Pittsburgh Steelers?
Yeah, just gotta figure out what we want to do at the quarterback position. We moved over to use a rookie about week 3 or 4 last year and kind of stuck with it. Went through the ups and downs of having a rookie, and it was more downs than ups, unfortunately. So this year we went out and got Tua in the free agency, another lefty, and we're gonna try and see how that works.
My guy's whispering like he owes the federal government money over here, but we got sleepy babies, so we don't want to wake anybody up. What's the one place that your team has to play better in season 110?
Season 110, we got to play better on the defensive trench. got to get better on the line.
Guys, what do you got for our dude, Cincy Berg?
Hey, Cincy. I know we were talking about your team and the free agency. You still have a CMC with you, right?
I do, yes.
Okay. And I know you had the guy that you drafted a couple seasons ago, and then I saw you
Clayton,
picked up a guy in the free agency. So my thought was,
the guy from
there
Tennessee.
you go.
Yeah.
So are you kind of maybe has this kind of philosophy changed for you? Maybe trying to focus in on the rushing attack for this season. Just if you want to elaborate on that a little bit. I know you don't want to probably give away your secrets, but
No, please do elaborate.
Yeah. Just no, I'm not giving away any secrets or anything, but I honestly, CMC got hurt quite a bit. He just didn't miss any major amount of time, so I'm just picking up another key back that I could count on to run with, and it doesn't hurt to have 3 guys. Picked up a couple linemen to help protect. That's it, short and sweet.
Oh, there you go.
He's used to doing he's used to being on a show with Maniac and Big Hurt where you got to keep it under 5 seconds because there ain't no other space to talk.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
3 hour show, 3 hour show if not, right? So looking at your draft, what do you think just give me two names that kind of like you were pleasantly surprised when you picked them, like, oh wow, these guys turned out better than you thought.
I'll just go through my first 2. So on the mock draft, people have me taking a D tackle, which I did need. I tried to get a couple D tackles in free agency, and it didn't work out well because I was busy, so I couldn't keep up with the bid wars. And so luckily, Judge Brick, he fell to me in the 2nd round, so I was very happy to get him. I thought he was going to be gone in the 1st. And then I got that Wydell Curtis. He's a receiver from West Virginia. Cooper Kupp retired, so he's going to kind of be a replacement, kind of fill in. He's already got mid-80s on his catching in traffic, so that'll be a nice little start. And then, it doesn't hurt to have a big boy at center, 230 with like 96 strength, so we'll get him some reps. Maybe potentially import if his overall isn't too bad.
All right, well that's it for me. Thanks a lot, man. And I'll turn it over to your favorite Raven.
Oh boy. I'm just happy that his team lost tonight. So
I'm gonna make it quick because I already noticed that we advanced and all that.
That's what you're good at, making it quick,
we're
right?
Okay. We're all right. We're here for 24 hours.
Yeah. So first of all, I'm happy. I mean, I'm not happy. It was a good draft for you. Yeah, it was a good draft for you, regardless. So my question is, are you planning to do something different from this last season? Because the question is, we play obviously twice every season. You are moving a little bit more. Yeah. You have been doing more, which is weird to me, and you are moving more to running the ball. From what I'm looking when we play, is the reason is because you don't have a quarterback, or the reason is because this cycle you think it's much better to run the ball than pass the ball?
I would never say it's better to run the ball, but unfortunately I have to run the ball because I can't throw with my current roster. So.
Okay,
yes,
so
it's a quarterback issue.
So
yes.
It's a quarterback issue. Got it. Okay, that's and so you are gonna keep running the ball this season, right? I'm just taking the notes, so okay, got it. Okay.
He's formulating game plans already.
Yep. So on the pregame, dude, defend inside or outside. You got 50-50 chance. There you go.
I know. And I just want to say, like on stream, that I really appreciate that since he is back and then he's still in my division. I know that when we first started, when I got to Madden, First time. I know that me and CC were not in. It was not a rivalry. It was mostly I don't know, like a kids game. I don't know how to explain it, but I right now can say that CC is one of the best owners. When I talk to him and after we play, it's really a fun conversation. Even though my question is to him all the time, are you tanking? And he doesn't like when I ask him that. It's because at least this cycle, I feel like he hasn't been the usual Cincy, and he knows that. But it's because obviously he doesn't have a quarterback. So I hope that this season we may not play our games because again I will be out a couple times through this season. But I hope that if we do, we have great games. If we don't, I hope my CPU beats yours. And I just wish that you can get to the playoff and then make it to the OMFL at least this last cycle, this last season. So I wish you the best, and I don't have anything else to say. Again, as soon as that stream goes, as soon as they cut off the stream, everything that I said to you was a lie.
Perfect. Me too.
No, I love you, brother. I love you. I'm just happy, that you are in my division, so I appreciate you.
Oh, I always appreciate playing you.
Got it, man.
Thank you for the kind words.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let me finish typing this message because I can't type and talk.
I can't either, man. I can't do two things at once. That's the reason why, like, when I start talking, I just like zone out, or if I'm like picking, I go radio silence. I can't do two things at once.
Yeah, our new friend, Nice Singer, was Nice Singer. I don't know, I'm messing it up. I don't mean to, Randy. Was asking about how free agency works. So I will go and announce this. You can play your preseason game if you want to. You can do your training camp. Progressive fatigue is off. Injuries are off, so you're all good to go. You cannot sign anybody unless you are short a position, and then you can sign the lowest at that position to play your game. We will open up free agency after the next advance. 66 overall and lower, free for all. First come, first serve. 67 overall and above is a waiver form that you have to submit. D-Wayne will start closing those on, I'm losing my head here, but Thursday. He'll start closing those on Thursday, and we'll advance to week number 1 Thursday night. I will announce the times. I will announce the new rules tomorrow. All of that's going to be tomorrow because tonight I'm just going to worry about maybe playing my preseason game. Oh, yeah, it looks like Bronco Man wants to do it, and doing my training camp. Does anybody know, before I close the show up, I'm going to get some final words from both of you. Can you play your preseason game before doing your training camp?
I think if you do, it's going to say, would you like to sim it or allow the computer to do it, whatever. So that might be.
Does anybody know in chat? I wonder. Let me see if I hit play. Oh, if I hit play, it just started searching. Don't take that.
Uh-oh. Bom.
Joker says no, you can't. So
you sim the not the train. Yeah, I think I don't know.
It may actually.
I think you said. I think you. I think I don't know.
It may have actually already told it to sim it, so you may get locked out now.
No, I doubt it. I think it's if it reports, because usually it'll pop up a warning. It didn't pop up a warning. I'm just waiting for it to stop searching so I can back out. Don't take that, Bronco. Well, cool. Bronco Man, that means I got to do my training camp. I don't know how late you're up, but I will quickly try to do that. And if you're still up, we can roll with it. So part of me was hoping I could go play some shooters since we finished so early, but there's no time for that. All right, let's put a bow on this thing. I will send out the message about training camp. I will send out the message about preseason. I will send out the message about free agency. And tomorrow we will handle the new rules, because there's a lot of new rules that we have to announce. Not a lot, but there's some tweaks that we need to announce, and I will let everybody know the schedule. Mr. Nipples, you're up first. Give me one final thought.
Thank you for having me in the. I'm sorry, I'm eating ice cream. So thank you everyone for being part of the MFL. I hope this season is going to be really good because it's the last one. I hope that everyone is fully plugged in for this last season. I am expecting a lot of new people in the playoff as well this last season. I'm just happy to be part of the league, and then obviously, please, people, to everyone, if you hate the game, just give up and then just leave because there's no point for you to complain about the game. If you're 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 60, I think you might reconsider, but still, if you are in the between those ages and you're complaining about the game, about stuff that the game does, I think you have to think about it twice. If you're under 30, 28, 26, 27, obviously those are the golden years for sex, so I do recommend to have more sex than spending time on Madden and complaining about Madden. But my point is that please, let's make it fun this year. Last season, I'm happy to play the couple of games that I will be playing. I hope that will be a couple of fun ones. And then, yeah, thank you, Nate, for letting me join the draft again. Maniac, thank you as well for letting me join the draft. And yeah, that's it. Let's make a fun one for everyone. I'm rooting for new people in each division this year, like Joker, Maniac, and Nate on their division. I'm still between those two. I don't know who to root on that division, but I hope that new people actually are the top one in each division. I'm expecting some changes on that. So yeah, thank you, Nate. Thank you, Maniac. Sorry that I couldn't talk too much early, is because again I was watching the game, and I'm sad now because we lost.
You are always welcome, but I think it's hilarious that you thought there was a point to all that. Important question, Nibbles. What kind of ice cream are we? What flavor and what name brand?
Vanilla and chocolate, and then Maniac probably knows this place is HEB.
Oh yeah.
You seem like you seem like a Magnum guy, so I figured that you were going with like a Magnum popsicle.
No, I would. No. I use Magnum, but not for ice cream, though.
Maniac, one final thought.
I can't get my thoughts together after that one, man. Oh my gosh. It's been a good draft. I'm just kind of scoping through some of the drafts from each team, and it looks like everybody had a really solid draft from what I can tell. Like everybody got players that could possibly help them with their team this season, so that's nice to see. And I haven't seen one that I really dislike, to be honest. I know we've taken time before talking about the drafts that we thought who did better. I think you had a good draft. I think the Texans had a good draft. The Cardinals, they had a good draft. He got some really good players on his team. Speed players as well for his positions of need there. I think everybody did well, and it's going to be interesting to see how these guys, these new players, come in to play in season 110. I'm ready to get this thing rolling. I'm ready to have a good season, and if not, put Parker Colt to bed and get ready for the next Madden, man, because it's been fun though, and I wish everybody the best of luck in this season.
Parker Colt, a potential OMFL Hall of Famer that it doesn't even get to play, but he makes $300 million a year. So it's an amazing way to do that. The last season.
Hey, at least D-Money doesn't have him, okay?
This is true. This is true. Not that he needs him, clearly, when you run the ball 85 times and pass it the minimum 10. The last season is when I've been to both of my OMFL bowls. I'm 1-1. So who knows? Maybe I go from loser to lap dance and make it all the way to the OMFL Bowl this year. Very highly doubtful, though, because I'm absolutely stink bug stinky. I am terrible at this game. It is what it is. Tonight was a ton of fun. Thank you, Nipples, for being here. Thank you, Maniac. We will be back next Monday for the first Press Pass Live of the season. We'll do our prediction show. We will open up the mailbag and get some mailbag questions. We're going to have a good time here in this last season. And I'm looking forward to seeing how things come together. We'll, again, announce the schedule here in a minute, and then we'll get going on the new schedule. We'll also get rolling into setting your roster by tomorrow afternoon. Then we'll get started into the season by late afternoon, early evening on Thursday night. I'll announce all those times. You don't have to memorize them. Just remember, don't go signing a bunch of people, doing some crazy stuff. If you're over the salary cap, you got to get under. If you're over the salary bonus limit, don't worry. We'll hit you, and you're going to get pegged for a FPR and lots of other new stuff. So, Maniac, thanks for being here. Nipples, thanks for being here. For who all came tonight? Big Hurt, Cincy Berg, Tim, Bronco Man.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm skipping somebody, huh? No, maybe not. Maybe that was all of them.
No, I think we only had four come in. So
cool. Well, thank you guys for coming and doing an interview. That makes it all the more fun. I appreciate you. And thanks, Raj, for your work on the draft. Let's go have some fun here for this last one, huh?
Let's do it. Deuces.
All right, fellas. Guys, take care for the rest of the night. I'm going to go do my training camp. We're going to have a great time. We'll see you on the other side. Take care of yourselves. Take care of those around you. I love you. We'll see you in the next one. You matter.
Smash that like and subscribe.